Josh Wooten here with Corey Watson Attorneys and Investigator Connect. Today I've got a great video going over a demonstration of how to use the CDR tool Bosch CDR 900, and I've got to give a huge shout out to Kent E. Boots and Associates for building this ACM build out kit. So it's really incredible, really got to give them a shout out. Thanks a lot, much appreciated, and hope you guys enjoy the video. All right, today I'm going to go through a demo of how we do a download on an airbag control module using the Bosch CDR 900. Shout out to Kent E. Boots and Associates for making this ACM build out kit for me. So essentially what this does is this acts as a car, as a vehicle. It's going to have our airbag control module here. We're going to have our OBD or DLC port here, and we're going to have our ignition here and a fuse, so if we want to do a back power, which I'll demonstrate. This is going to be the car battery, or acting as the car battery. We're going to power the unit up, and now you have your 2010 Toyota Camry and going to be able to do a download through the DLC port. As I go out and speak, I can demonstrate now how these downloads are done rather than just kind of throw up a slideshow. Or this port here is going to be what is underneath, your dash. So if you're driving, you got your steering wheel, it's going to be underneath usually. It's the same connection that you plug in to do vehicle diagnostics. If you take your car to a shop or a vehicle service center, they're usually going to plug into this. You have a check engine light, that's what they're going to be plugging into to find out what's going on. So we use that same connection, same kind of hookup right there. This is going to be your airbag control module. This is going to be center of your vehicle, usually center console, sometimes under driver or passenger seat, depending on the vehicle manufacturer. But this right here is going to be linked up through wiring that runs through your car to that DLC port. And this is going to act as your ignition. Most cars, if you're doing it through the DLC port, you're going to have either a key or some type of way to power the ignition. There are some models that have continuous power, so all you have to do is plug in. That's noted in the help file. But again, this will be your ignition, so just like if I had the car key, this is going to help me turn on the car. Pretend like this is our car battery. Once it has power, it's supplying to it. To get that power to engage, you're going to have to hook it up and turn the ignition on. And then we're going to plug in our CDR 900 tool, and we're going to go. So I've already got the CDR software pulled up. Just had a new rollout of 25.1 come out, so I've updated that on my system. And we're going to go through a data download when I get everything. All right, so first things first is we're going to kind of hook everything up. And the last thing we're going to do is supply power. So we're going to go ahead and hook our battery up to our car here. And our battery's hooked up, but we're not going to power it on. And we're going to leave the ignition off. We're going to connect our CDR 900 to the DLC port here, the OBD port. All right, and as you can see, there's no power still. Nothing's going on with it. No lights flashing. So it's just like we're in a powered down vehicle. So now that we're in it, we're going to try to get some vehicle power to it. So we're going to see if the battery is good in the vehicle. Once we turn that on, now we're getting some activity. Now we're seeing what's going on with it. So once I hook this up to the OBD port, if in a regular vehicle that has a good battery and good in-vehicle power, I typically should get some kind of sign, some indicator that something's going on with it. And then once I put my information in and got everything ready to go, and I'm getting ready to pull my data, well, now it's when I need to put the ignition cycle in. Usually it's a 1 or 2 press of a press button or a 1 click over at the key. So I'm going to demonstrate that we're turning our key or turning our ignition power on now. So that's going to show that we have good in-vehicle power. Everything seems to be hooked up. We've got our CDR 900 hooked up. And now what we're going to do is go through our VCI. We're going to connect over in this top corner and just check my connection with my CDR 900 is attached to this computer, and our status, or our state is okay. So now we should be able to go up to the airbag button here and pull the data. All right, so we're reading our data. We're getting our pass 1, we'll get pass 2 and 3, follow that, and then we'll be able to save our data in the raw CDRX file, but then we'll also be able to put it in a PDF format and a spreadsheet format. Download it, we can power everything down. So I like to do it in kind of reverse order. I want to take this offline first and then turn the power to the vehicle off. So I don't want to just pull anything with power supplied to it. I want to shut it down. So first I like to just shut down the Bosch tool, and then if there is an ignition key, I like to power that off. In this instance, I don't have to turn the external battery because again, external power off, because this is acting as our battery source. This is acting as the vehicle battery. So with that ignition switch turned off, we're good to go. Got our data, we're ready to unplug and ready to go on to the next one. If you want to get a download of your vehicle done, you can find me at investigatorconnect.com. You can request it online there or reach me at my email address at josh@investigatorconnect.com.